Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Tuesday, June 21st, 2016. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, where we bring you today's top stories translated into English every weeknight. Ambassador Donald Liu participated in a youth presentation of projects about U.S. history today. Speaking about American history, the U.S. ambassador tried to show the youth that Albanian politics can refer to U.S. history to find some examples of successes. I personally believe Albania is going through amazing and positive changes. I had a conversation with an Albanian friend of mine recently. He is one of the people working on the judicial reform, writing the constitutional amendments that we hope will change this country. My question to him was, are you taking notes? I hope you will help to tell the story of the brave women and men who sacrificed every day, working day and night for months and years to build this reform, to help change this country. Like Alexander Hamilton, they are working against the pressure of powerful politicians to write the Constitution for this nation, which will endure for centuries to come. American history is relevant to all of you young people, said the U.S. ambassador. In an effort to boost dialogue about the judicial reform between the opposing parties, the U.S. ambassador held a meeting with the Assembly Speaker. 33 majority MPs submitted a request to include the constitutional amendments on Parliament's agenda. The opposition maintains that including the amendments on the agenda without finding agreement over Article 88 violates the justice system's independence. The Parliamentary Security Commission discussed the President's decree about a law for security cameras having been returned today. The majority failed to unify its votes and overthrow the President's decree on the law of additional measures for public safety. The Socialist Movement for Integration abstained, and the Party for Justice, Integrity, and Unity joined its votes with the Democratic Party in favor of the President's decree. The Socialist Party members voted against the President's decree. Of 13 members, only 6 Socialist MPs voted against the decree. The 4 SMI reps abstained, and 1 from the PJIU voted in favor of the decree, along with the 2 DP reps. The decree will be voted on in Parliament, but if the same vote division remains, the President's decree cannot be considered as rejected, as the Parliament's regulations stipulate that it needs 71 votes against in order to be considered overthrown. The Democrats debated fiercely during the commission, saying that the international mission ICATAP and PAMICA have criticized the government for this law and that the Ministry of Interior has not consulted about the law with the partners. The Democrats are against the law because of the high cost. The Socialist Movement for Integration also had the same argument. The law on additional measures of public security aims to establish security cameras in public and private spaces. The new Tirana urban plan, prepared by Italian and Albanian architects, has been under the direction of renowned architect Stefano Boeri. They presented the first draft of the general plan today. The mayor decided to present the urban plan on June 21st, the day local elections were held last year. The mayor thanked Tirana's citizens for their trust and promised that he will keep all his promises. Mayor Vellier considers the plan to be a map for developing the city. The urban plan draft provides some changes in infrastructure, like the construction of 2 new ring roads dedicated to public transport. Also, the mayor announced that Tirana will now have 7 city centers, not only 1. The draft also includes the Metropolitan Forest, where 1,000 trees will be planted in a month. After public consultations, the draft is expected to be submitted to City Council and is expected to be adopted in September. City Hall aims to implement the urban plan in the next 3 years. Democratic Party Chairman Lulzum Basha held a meeting today with the International Monetary Fund mission in Tirana. At the end of the meeting, the DP chairman said that he familiarized the IMF reps with the Democratic Party's economic program, which according to him will take the country out of the economic crisis. Mr. Basha said that their economic program consists of returning the flat rate tax to 9% and that he will cancel all the concession the current government has given. We talked about the deterioration of the economic situation in the country, which is a result of the deteriorating business climate created by this government. I familiarized the IMF mission with the DP plan for taking the country out of its crisis. The plan consists of tax reduction. Flat rate tax will be 9%. Value-added tax will go down to 15% from the current 20%. We will simplify the procedures and bring abuses within the businesses to an end. We will cancel the concessions given by this government. We will focus on investments, especially in agriculture, and opening of new jobs. We have predicted 150 million euro investments in agriculture, said Basha. The International Monetary Fund mission arrived in Tirana a week ago to discuss the economic developments in the country and the changes that are expected to be made in the 2017 fiscal package, which will be drafted soon. Businesses have officially submitted their proposals for the 2017 fiscal package to the Ministry of Finance. In addition to tax cuts, Confindustria and Exporters Association have sought to improve the business climate through changing some provisions in the law on tax procedures, which are not included in the draft distributed by the Ministry of Finance. Confindustria announced that it has submitted its proposals, noting that the Albanian economy requires fundamental changes in 3 pillars: fiscal policy, requiring reduction of profit and tax dividend, and the changing of tax procedures. Even though the changes made by the new government have been positively assessed, they are considered to be insufficient for a sustainable economic development and the improvement of the business environment. Confindustria notes that the fiscal policies of recent years have produced undesirable consequences for the local economy, and for this reason it asks for deep interventions. The Association of Exporters has officially submitted its proposals for the fiscal package, asking for changes to the law on tax procedures and for articles with no foreseen changes in the draft be distributed by the Ministry of Finance. Also, the Association of Exporters demands the formalization of the economy to improve the business climate. Some other businesses demands the reduction of the royalty and the VAT on tourism, 2 conveniences for which the Ministry of Finance is discussing with the IMF mission. The Minister of Integration is in Brussels, where she participated at the conference, A Better Future for the Western Balkans Youth. From Brussels, the Minister of Integration invited the political parties to strengthen dialogue and to get closer to the European Union. The minister also called the youth to be more active in the integration process. The youth is the future of the country, so politics should act fast, following their pace. It's the youth that Europe needs today, during these times of challenges, which are not small, said the minister, adding that it's the government's duty to motivate the youth. The Minister of Integration said that there is no better integration of a society than a better education and a vocational education, which increases the perspective and creates job opportunities in accordance to market requests. That's all for our English edition this evening. Please join us again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. My name is Mari, and on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.